Hi, welcome to Rubbin'Minds Plus. My name is Desmond and today I'm in conversations with two young personalities in the media, and we're talking about something that has been trending. So, if you're online, you must have seen a lot of conversations about rape culture and rape accusations, sexual assaults, and all of that. We would like to have a wholesome conversation in the next 10 minutes about your thoughts on some of these cases. Toun, Banjo, who's a media personality.
Hi guys, how y'all doing? So I feel like to start with, it's a conversation that has been very in our faces. So it all started from the Uwa case, and everyone was coming out with their stories. People were more encouraged to share their narratives, and it was more like an open playing field for everyone. People that were rape victims came out, they were talking about their rape cases. Celebrities got accused because everyone was posting the say no to rape, but you're a rapist. It really doesn't really make sense. But I feel like it's a very new dawn, and everyone is coming out to have these conversations and speak their truths in the end. And I feel for the Banjo case, it's very sad and disheartening to see that someone that we've seen as a legend or glorified in the music industry to now put out a response like what he put out. It was like, oh,
how did that make you feel?
I was just like, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. Because I would relate it to the Justin Bieber rape allegation case, and he came out with receipts. He was trying his best to protect his friends and his families, and was saying that, oh, you don't just come out randomly to accuse someone of rape if you don't have receipts, or you can't like make a statement relating to that. So you don't just say I raped you or you did this to me if you don't have receipts and stuff like that. So you need to come correct and come ready before you make allegations, because in the end it's not just the character you're defaming, you're affecting their friends, their families, and everything they do. So yeah. I think for me, personally, I try my best not to join the Twitter bandwagon. I try to hear both sides and by myself make an opinion, but it's not essentially something I'll now be like, oh, the band is guilty, no, Shaitan is guilty. It's left to the court of law to decide based on evidences and objective allegations and everything, support systems, to understand that, okay, this is true or this is false. So it's because in the end, Twitter people will come and be like, oh, the band looks like from dancing like this, he might probably be a rapist. But I feel like those arguments are kind of baseless, but we need to also look at it from a very objective standpoint. Facts, figures, check and balances before we decide that.
In a case like this that's already in the media, what would that be?
I think because the band is such an icon in the music industry here in Nigeria, it carries so much weight and so much relevance. And I've seen like cases of people like Peruzzi get accused of rape and different kind of things, and you see like mixed reactions. You got accused of rape 2 years ago, so you must probably be a rapist. So like these things are recurring in the media industry, and I feel that we need to get to a point where we understand that the fact that someone is a celebrity doesn't take away the fact that they can also be a rapist.
Okay, we're also joined by Laju, who is also a media personality as well. So let's spin from the conversation and from Toun, which is people given reasons why this person isn't a rapist. So somebody comes out with facts, rolls out with different facts, and it's countered by saying, oh, because this person is this way, because this person doesn't do this, the person isn't a rapist. What are your thoughts about that? And it's a culture that silences a lot of people in Nigeria. So you see a lot of people not coming out. A lot of rape victims not coming out.
Yeah, so one of the things I know for a fact is that in terms of how people react to it, first things first is you do not know the full length of all the psychology of a person. Someone who seems calm, collected, or supposedly is not like that could be like that. You can't always tell the actions of a person, especially at certain points in time. But I do also understand where some of these things come from, due to the fact that in terms of family members or some friends, people have shown certain characters over time, traits that do not add up to who they are or what they've done in the past. You can't now say, oh, he did this. Most times, and this is something I've literally said to a few people, there's no justifying the perpetrator either way. You've done it, you've done it. If you can say you've not done it, do you have proof that shows you've not done it? Something that can be not just for you or people that know you, but people who don't even know you can say, okay, what the person who says you've raped them, if someone says, oh, you raped me, and you have proof that says this and this and this is why I did not do it, people who don't know you can see this and say, okay, yeah, with all this stuff given, yeah, this person who claims you raped them might be lying. But if you have done it, it's a sort of simple thing. You've done it. You don't have proof to. You don't have proof to say you haven't done it. There's always going to be something that you are going to do that's going to prove to everyone that yes, you have done something like this before. Now, I'm going to pull up with what Toun said about Justin Bieber's case. Now, in Justin Bieber's case, when he was, blamed for the rape situation, what he did was he took 24 hours to not respond due to the fact that, and he said, like he says on the quote, out of respect for people who have actually been through this before, I took time to not say anything, have a meeting with my team and my wife about this before then coming out. Now, when he came out with receipts, he came out with pictures, he came out with tweets, and he even had the hotel that he was supposedly said to have been at prove as well that he wasn't there, and the hotel he was actually at that same day proved where he was. So he had facts to back him up on every claim that was put against him. Now, in the Banjo case, Banjo hasn't exactly been as forthcoming. One being the fact that he says I wasn't there, but there are pictures that shows he was. There are pictures that shows that he actually stayed there. And then so it's sort of like there's facts that counter the lie, what he's saying. And there's not much countering, there's not much to counter what Shaitan said. So it's kind of hard to believe what he's saying, especially with the fact that he's now given this whole, I'd put it as an arrogant kind of feel. He's just like, it's not me, but I'm innocent till proven guilty. And the thing is, one of the most popular people that I know that said that before was Ted Bundy, and Ted Bundy was a serial killer. And he kept telling the judge, I'm innocent until proven guilty. Lo and behold, Ted Bundy had killed 16, 17 women? And there was proof. He could have had people on his side. But then the moments where it became a case where Shaitan is being taken to prison with her mum, her tweets are being deleted, all these things, it starts to rub people off the wrong way. The whole thing was a facade now, and Banjo was innocent. The damage is done because he didn't respond in time.
The right thing.
Exactly. He didn't do the right things. He didn't do the legal things. He'd much rather did the bullying way. Send the police to hers, to bully her, to take it down. All these things that could have been avoided if he just said, okay, you know what? Let's do this legally. Let's do this the right way. Let it be shown to the world that I am not this type of person.
So a lot of people online have pushed the conversation to people abusing their power. That is, and it comes from a place. So a lot of conversations, even with the Black Lives Matter and all that, is tilting towards privilege and the power that people have, and recognizing that power and using it against people. So do you think that is what has played out?
Okay, I think to start with the conversation Laju was talking about how he was posting things using Shaitan's account. To start with, when I saw the no stress video on Shaitan's Twitter account, I was like,
yeah, exactly.
This makes absolutely no sense. And she had another segment about how she was taken to jail, left there to stay for 4 days. Her mother was very frantic, trying to get help to raise money for her. And he was telling her that he had lawyers and he has paid them 25 million naira. I'm just like, this is absolutely unjust and this shouldn't happen. And one thing I really like about our generation is the fact that we kind of hold people accountable for their words, and we make sure that no matter what level you are in the society, you are actually held responsible for your actions.
So you disagree that young people are keypad warriors? Because that's a lot of things that,
exactly.
Because a lot of people push for the conversation that young people they fight for these things online,
but they don't show up to protest
there. But then a lot of conversations in the case of the Banjo and Shaitan is we're trying to make a scapegoat of the celebrity who use this power this way.
I feel like to say the least, many young people are actually taking their platforms, having these conversations, starting protests. I know a couple of my friends that joined in the Stand Against Rape protest. They went to different places in Lagos, Benin, everywhere. They were like holding placards and having conversations with stakeholders. I know a lot of my friends that sent a petition to everybody on their contact list to make sure that they were part of the 15,000 people that signed the petition. I know a couple of friends that also called a couple of people that donated to the GoFundMe account and tried to raise money for the legal fees for Shaitan.
I see like many people,
exactly 1.6 million. Many young people are very towards the cause of advocacy and actually championing causes. So it's not just a conversation of, behind the keypad, I'm like, this, end rape. But many people are actually jumping on the wagon and doing something about it. I know I can't completely change the world, but I can make a couple of steps that would help other people move the cause forward. And I feel like that's what we've been seeing these days.
Laju, do you think a lot of celebrities not put out a statement to help?
Yeah, I get that.
So do you think that in itself is a problem? Do you think that in itself pushes the power of the celebrities? Because silence is powerful sometimes for.
Yeah, so to some people, silence can be power, but in certain situations, silence is the wrong thing to do. Now, in this situation, one of the things I kind of think of them two different paths.
Mm-hmm.
One path is that they're being silent because they want to see how it plays out. The other path is that some of them are being silent because they don't know who can come out and say they've done something like this in the past to them as well. Give an example now. Peruzzi had a problem with, I think, was it Bukola Busola that said that he had a whole tweet or whatever about him saying I will rape you. Now that's a saying. We don't know if he did. I'm not going to even go down that road as to think maybe he did or not. But if he did, he should be brought to justice for it. If not, well, we don't know. The reason why Banjo was instantly taken on about it was because he came up saying, "Oh, say no to rape, justice for this," and it seemed sort of hypocritical that you did something like this in the past, or supposedly did something like this in the past, and he was coming out saying it shouldn't be done. So those kind of things. So some of them are in that same thought pattern that, oh, if I now come and talk about it, someone may come and say I did something. That's one thing, and I get that there's that fear that, okay, what if someone comes and says it? We're still trying to sort out. They're still trying to sort out the case of some people who were falsely accused of rape.
Mm-hmm.
Why not stand and say, look, we are anti this, we're against this, and whoever is involved with it, we will cut them off. Because first things first, of all the people there, all of us that tweet and do all these things, you are the people we look at first,
Mm-hmm.
and you're the ones who we are always going to follow in certain areas.
Thank you so much. So let's just round this off with the conversation about a lot of people saying, what if he isn't guilty and he's stripped of all this? That is, stripped of his deals, stripped of his of him being a UN ambassador, stripped all of that, all the banks, all the organizations he's affiliated to. What if? There's a conversation of what if he isn't? What if? Share your thoughts about that.
I feel, to start with, we live in a society where several things happen and people are actually reimbursed. So if it's a situation of them going to court and him proving himself innocent, I feel like for the ambassador roles or the ambassadorship with banks and things like that, they'll be reinstated with an apology to the public that in the end, we saw that this happened and he wasn't. I feel like most brands are trying to protect themselves in the end because you wouldn't want to be affiliated with someone that is regularly known as a rapist. But if it's a conversation of you using your power and abusing it in the end, and it ends up that you are actually guilty, he should actually get served the right, facet of the law. Yeah.
I actually agree with her on that as well, because look, at the end of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did something wrong. You don't expect people to back you. If you've done something wrong, you've done something wrong. The law is going to take its course. If you did do it wrong, and someone else blamed you for it, then all those who seem to think, you were the wrong person, will come back and apologize, saying, "Oh, we are sorry for thinking of you as a culprit or a person who did something wrong." That's the way it is. So yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Let us know what you think about this.